everyone. Welcome to Beach Cliff Studios. So, a lot of people are wondering. Cedar Point, Kings Island, two really good amusement parks in Ohio. Which one is better? Cedar Point has always been the best park, maybe even in the country, maybe even in the world. I don't know, but people love Cedar Point. Cedar Point has always been just the best park. But recently, Cedar Point has been doing that, and Kings Island has been doing that. So, now, which one is better?
This is our ultimate showdown between Kings Island and Cedar Point. We took 9 different categories that we felt were general enough to fit into everyone's wants and needs and what they're looking for in an amusement park. So why not kick it off with probably the most important thing at an amusement park? Most people, whether you're an enthusiast or whether you're just a regular person going once a year or whatever, everyone goes for the
roller coasters. So, which park has a better coaster collection? So, Cedar Point has more coasters than Kings Island, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have a better coaster collection. So, Kings Island, really good. They got a B&M Hyper Coaster, a Giga Coaster, a GCI, a nice Woody, a few good Woodies. They have a lot of good coasters.
Orion, Mystic, as you were talking about, to name the ones that you're talking about.
Yeah. Cedar Point has basically every type of coaster ever. A Strata Coaster, a Giga Coaster, a Wing Coaster, a Dive Coaster, a Blitz Coaster, an RMC, an Invert, Floorless. Basically have everything. So you kind of have to give Cedar Point the edge on this. I think Cedar Point might have the best coaster collection in the world, possibly. Their coaster collection is amazing.
So that's no real big shock.
So,
obviously, coaster collection goes to Cedar Point, so that's 1 point for Cedar Point.
1-0, Cedar Point is winning so far.
So now, let's go to family activities. Cedar Fair in general is trying to get back to being more family-oriented with a lot more parades and family activities. So we're looking at, okay, both parks do pretty well with the families. When you look at Cedar Point, you're looking at, they have a glass blowing show. They have other kinds of little shows with music and dancing and that. They have Adventure Island.
Yes.
Forbidden Frontier. Same thing. They got Snake River Expedition. Their train actually is a ride in and of itself. It's not only for transportation, but they have Boneville, and you get really good views of the park and whatnot. So tons of stuff for families to do, whether you're a baby or whether you're 80. You can go to Cedar Point and pretty much enjoy yourself. You got the beach. Kings Island, they do okay, but they just fail in comparison in family activities to Cedar Point. That looks like a 2-0
Cedar Point
for
lead.
Cedar Point.
Kings Island better catch up because Cedar Point is winning 2-0.
2-0. This is getting ugly,
They're
guys.
beating up like Ohio State beating up Clemson in 2020.
So next we have the kiddie sections.
Kiddie section. So I don't agree with this, but Kings Island has been awarded the best kiddie section like in the world or something. I don't know. I think it might be like Canada's Wonderland or something. But their kiddie section, everyone loves it, and it is really good. So the big difference between Kings Island's kiddie section and Cedar Point's kiddie sections is Cedar Point has 2 small kiddie sections with only 2 kiddie coasters. And both of them are good, but not great. Kings Island has 1 big kiddie section with 3 kiddie coasters, and it's better. So, kind of have to go with Kings Island on this one. Finally get on the board, Kings Island. It's about time.
Kings Island got that gut punch into Cedar Point there with the kiddie section.
Yeah.
So 2-1.
2-1.
Another important thing is you can have the best park in the world, but if you're only open like a month out of the year, then it doesn't mean anything. So operating schedule is obviously very important. operating schedule are the hours that you're open, how many months you're open. So we're looking at Kings Island versus Cedar Point. Kings Island opens a month earlier. They open in April. Cedar Point, May.
Yes.
Kings Island has Winterfest, so that keeps them open an extra month out of the year again. So Kings Island is really open almost another 2 months out of the year.
Yeah.
They have similar operating hours. They both are usually open at night, even though this year Kings Island was like closing a little bit earlier.
Right, yeah.
But I think we have to give this one to Kings Island, don't you think?
I think so.
Just because of their opening and closing much later than Cedar Point. So, ooh, that was a shot to the face.
2-2, it's all tied up.
2-2. This one's neck to neck. You don't know who's going to win. Stay tuned to the end. And really quick, let's remind people, if you're watching this video and you never visited our channel before, make sure to go down and give us a sub to see plenty of other videos like this and other trip vlogs and all the different kinds of things that we do. So we appreciate you watching. Give that sub, give a like, comment, do all that good stuff. Now let's get back to the video.
Uh-huh. So number 5 is events.
Events.
So, what do we mean by events? Cedar Point, their big events are Winter Chill Out,
Great event.
Hollow Weekends, Cedar Point Nights.
And they have ERT nights. Usually. The last one was in 2019. Obviously 2020 because of COVID they couldn't do it. This year short-staffed and that made it so they couldn't do ERT nights. But if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're a pass holder, before it was obviously just platinum passes because Cedar Point didn't have gold passes. But when you were a platinum pass holder, they had specific nights, usually about once a month or so, I can't remember specifically, that they would open up 2 coasters an hour after the park closes. And they would do them in groups. They would do Gatekeeper Valraven. They would do
Ruger
Millennium,
Maverick Steel Vengeance,
and Top Thrill Magnum.
Yes.
So they would do them by proximity to one another, any ones that were close to each other in the park, so you could jump from one to another. We did a few, and we always had fun.
Love ERT. ERT is amazing. Extended ride time.
And Kings Island now, they have great events. Winterfest, as we already mentioned.
Which Cedar Point does not have.
No.
They have Winter Chill Out, but that's different.
Different. And they have a great Hollow Weekends, which we love. But those are really their 2 main events. Besides, unless you want to count, sometimes they do like walkback tours for like the Beast, which we partook in one time.
Which I count as an event. It's an event.
Okay. So we had to debate to ourselves which one has the better events, which events would you rather have?
Right. And it's close, but I think we're going to have to go with Cedar Point and Sandusky, Ohio.
Cedar Point took a couple punches, but came back with a roundhouse of their own and took a 3-2 lead. So now we're going to number 6, operations/lines. This is kind of unfair because Kings Island isn't quite as busy as Cedar Point, but Cedar Point has longer lines. Their fast lanes are longer because a lot of their coasters, you don't walk right up to the queue, or you don't walk right up to the station, I should say.
Right.
You have to get into the normal queue. Where at Kings Island, Orion, Mystic Timbers,
Yes.
a bunch of the Banshee, a bunch of their main rides, you walk right up to. So, kind of by default, I feel like we have to go with Kings Island. That makes it 3-3.
It's tied up again.
All right, so now we're going with number 7.
Atmosphere. So this is a good one. Which park just has the better atmosphere? Which one do you just feel better at? and it's close. All Cedar Fair parks have great atmosphere. The workers are good. The scenery is good.
They're clean.
They're very clean, yes. But it's tough. But with Cedar Point on the lake,
Yeah.
it just makes for a whole nother experience. You're on a peninsula on the lake. So cool. So I think we're gonna have to give this one to Cedar Point, just because of that lake. Good old lake.
Yeah, the atmosphere definitely is similar at both. You definitely enjoy being at both. Neither one, you're walking around and you don't feel comfortable. They don't feel like shoddy operations. They both feel good. But like you said, we're giving that one to Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're on to number 8. Accessibility. What do we mean by accessibility?
Which one is easier to get to? Which one has more hotels in the area? All that stuff. That is very important that you might not think about when going to a park, but it is very important. Which one is more accessible?
Cedar Point has 2 ways in and out. They have the main causeway, and then they have the road with the homes, the Chawsey, or however you would say that. And they're back off of not a main freeway, they're off of Route 2, even though you can get to it from the turnpike, the Ohio Turnpike. It's a little further of a drive. When we go, we're taking Route 2, and then even after you get off that freeway, you have to drive for another like 15 or so minutes. Kings Island, right off of 71.
Yes. And there's lots of hotels in the area, and it's right by Cincinnati, which is a fairly big city. And yeah, you have hotels everywhere, and it is just very, very easy to get to Kings Island. So Kings Island's going to have to win this one for accessibility.
All right, so that win puts us at 4-4.
This is so close.
So number 9,
The tiebreaker.
the tiebreaker.
Kings Island, Cedar Point, both have 4 points. Who's going to win?
We have pricing/value. The reason we want to point out value is because, I mean, Waldameer, a nice little small park, but if that's $20 and Cedar Point is $50, Cedar Point is $30 more, but you're getting more value because you're getting way more fun, way more coasters, way more events,
Yes.
shows, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
So we're not looking at the exact price because Kings Island actually is cheaper in a lot of ways. Kings Island, their Gold Pass is about $10 cheaper.
Yes.
And right now, if you look at Cedar Point's website, you can get a ticket good for any day up until Labor Day at Cedar Point for $45. That's the same as 2022 prices at Kings Island. On the weekend, they go up to
55.
and that 45 at Cedar Point is good for any time. Now, granted, that will go up once we get into the season, and that's an early bird pricing or whatever, but it's still a price that you can get right now if you plan ahead and you know, hey, I'm going to Cedar Point next year.
So, value.
And Cedar Point being a little bit better in a lot of ways. Which one do we give the pricing/value to? What is our winner? Announce it to the world, Milo. They're all waiting. All the Beach Cliff Studio fans from around the world right now are waiting to see which one wins.
So, which one is cheaper and has better value? And the winner of the whole showdown is Cedar Point.
We got to go with Cedar Point just because the value is there. A lot of people complain about the prices, but you go down to Carowinds, great park, but they charge pretty much the same as Cedar Point for less price. You go down to Dollywood, great park, but it's a similar price and you get less park. The value at Cedar Point, and I know we're comparing these to Kings Island only, but the value at Cedar Point is actually quite good for all the stuff that you get. So you can't really beat it. So that's it. 9 categories. They went head to head. Kings Island is a great park. It's kind of our adopted second home park.
Yes, it's not the closest, not the second closest park, but we go there the second most.
And we love it, and we'll continue to go there. And you fought Kings Island, but there's no shame in losing to Cedar Point. So that's it for our video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.